Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time, welcome. Glad you can be here. So, Lowkey, if I don't do a Lowkey song, man, there's going to be a riot. I swear. you guys have been asking for this artist for a very long time. I think I went back through, and I think the very first time his name popped up was 7 months ago, and I've been sleeping. And I have no excuse. It really is. I keep putting him in the list, and things get moved around. Artists release new tracks, and it's hard for me to keep track of it, especially doing one video a day. I would love to be able to do more. But yeah, I can't even imagine what it's like to have to be someone like No Life Shack and having over 1 million subscribers. I don't even know how he keeps track of people who request. But I'm not saying I'd keep them coming. I'm not saying stop. Keep them coming. I'll get to them eventually. The list is long, but we have lots of time. So this track, Ahmed, was one of the ones I kind of had to calculate which ones were being asked for more. So it's kind of a tie. There's a bunch of ones. So I'm going to start with this one, knowing that I'll get to the other tracks as well. All I know about Lowkey is that apparently he's a lyrical genius, untouched. A lot of people say that he's the best out there, so we'll see how I feel. And then also the fact that he's very socially and politically conscious in his lyrics. And if you're not new here, you know I like my hip hop with a message. So let's jump in, see what this is all about. When I see that kind of thing, it makes me sad, man, because I know it's September 2016, but you see these shows that he had booked, and not knowing when we're going to get to that point again. I friggin' love going to a small venue, sitting 10 feet from the band, and just listen to cats do their thing, man. It's so friggin' great. Nothing beats live music. And not knowing when we're going to do that again, that friggin' sucks.
His young life was as delicate as the wing of a butterfly and as fragile as a spider's web. For him we cry, 'cause when he dies, we all do.
Okay, before he starts, I just want to say, when I see this type of imagery, I can't even wrap my head around it. Like, and that just goes to show you how far we are separated in this world. The fact that you have cats over on this side, man, western side of this world, who just have no idea what it's like really to have hardship. And I mean, look at these conditions, man. They're shooting fucking rocket launchers in the streets. We can't even wrap our head around that stuff, man. That's surreal, and it's like a kick to the gut every time I see it.
Did Ahmed not deserve a life? Ahmed never hurt a fly. Ahmed never knew the politicians he was murdered by. Certain times Ahmed wished that he could be a bird and fly beyond the sky, escape the curse of birth that he was burdened by. Ahmed never grew.
Yo, man, my boy 36 Chambers warned me that this was going to be a deep song. And already, man, 31 seconds in, and I already know that this is going to hit me something hard. So right away, talking about never knew the politicians he was murdered by. The fact that he was burdened. So many people, we've talked about this before on the channel, you get bored into a situation, and so many times it's that cycle. There's a lot of times you can't escape that cycle. Sometimes you can, but you're born on that side, man. You're born in a city where they're firing rocket launchers in the street. What kind of environment is that to be born in? That's a burden. You're born into that burden right from the very start, man. And he had nothing to do with that. He born into the middle of chaos and madness. And he became a victim. I don't know if this is a true story of this guy, this little boy, or if it's more of a character is the wrong word, but more of like a character created to tell a story that's all too real and all too often, it's told too often in real life. But
Ahmed never hurt a fly. Ahmed never knew the politicians he was murdered by. Certain times Ahmed wished that he could be a bird and fly beyond the sky, escape the curse of birth that he was burdened by. Ahmed never grew to let your racism internalize. Water poured from every pore in his corpse while the nurses cried. Ahmed was a beautiful person, like you or I. But are we? Ahmed could have been a doctor.
I want to make mention, because I know it's going to get lost in this, but you can already tell right away that Lowkey is a hell of a lyricist. He's already proving that with his pen, but the delivery of these rhymes as well. He's a great artist, and but that friggin' line about, you know, are we really a good person, and that I mean, that goes to say a lot, because we all like to think we're a good person, but how many of us really are a beautiful person? And most children are, man. I mean, a toddler is a beautiful person. See, Ahmed was a beautiful person. I mean, they have a heart. They don't know hatred yet, and all too often we reach to a certain age and you start to learn that hatred. You get the hatred in your heart for any number of reasons. Oh man, this is 47 seconds in, the guy's just sticking it in, man.
Racism internalized, water poured from every pore in his corpse while the nurses cried. Ahmed was a beautiful person, like you or I. But are we? Ahmed could have been a doctor, lawyer or an engineer. Could have been a superstar, but his life ended here. Guess he was a shooting star, burned bright and disappeared. To some he seems to represent a menace in this hemisphere. Let me hear, make the very essence of this message clear. He was precious, many die like him every year. Ahmed was a victim of resentment and relentless fear. Now his soul surfs the waves, I wish we could have kept him here.
The sea, it holds our secrets. The sea, it holds his soul. They call him Ahmed. The sea, it holds our secrets.
Man, that friggin' hook. The sea holds our secrets. The sea holds his soul. And all this imagery, man. It's how many people. How many people's hatreds or ignorance leads to these ships being in the middle of the ocean, not able to find a port that'll let them in, so they sail back out trying to find the next safe harbor, and they have nowhere to go, so they're left to die. I mean, drowned in the sea, so they're holding our secrets, man. We didn't let them in, put them back out in the water, they're gone. Nobody knows about our secret, the fact that we didn't let them in. Man, that hook's deep.
They call him Ahmed. The sea, it holds our secrets. The sea, it holds his soul. They call him Ahmed.
Ahmed's ancestors introduced to Europe Greek philosophy, brought with them irrigation, mathematics and astronomy. Symbolically, irony of this horror isn't lost on me. Trying to get to Europe via Greece is where he's lost at sea. Ahmed, not
Oh, fuck. His ancestors brought us all these things. Basically everything you would need to get from where they were going to where they wanted to be. That's why I'm saying the irony is not lost on me. They have all this knowledge, yet they can't use it to find a safe place to live.
to Europe Greek philosophy, brought with them irrigation, mathematics and astronomy. Symbolically, irony of this horror isn't lost on me. Trying to get to Europe via Greece is where he's lost at sea. Ahmed, not Ahmed, it's Ahmed, he's that dead. Toddler lying lifeless on the beach with his back bent, arms spread, reaching the direction that his dad went. If he made it here, would have been bullied for his accent. He was captured by the ocean, paralyzed and frozen while these parasites sat and typed, analyzing clothing out for resources. We all compete beyond the talk of war.
He's saying even if Ahmed had made it from where he was going to find a quote-unquote safe place to live, he still wouldn't be safe. He'd still be bullied because his accent was different, because he looked different. He'd be treated differently. So even if he found a safe harbor, it wouldn't actually be safe. Oh, man. I feel sick, man. I really do. I feel sick to my stomach.
While these parasites sat and type, analysing clothing out for resources, we all compete beyond the talk of war and peace and talk of porous borders. There is corpses on the shore of Greece. They found a teddy next to where his body was found. The sea swallowed him, politics has swallowed him now, and those responsible, Ahmed's ghost will follow them now. To the family, all we can say is we are sorry he drowned, because
the sea, it holds our secrets. The sea, it holds his soul. They call him Ahmed. The sea, it holds our secrets. The sea, it holds his soul.
they say, let him drown, what have you done? Let him drown, no, what have we become? Don't let him drown, no, don't let him drown. And they say, let him drown, what have you done? Don't let him drown, no, what have we become? Don't let him drown, please don't let him drown.
It's been a long time since you guys did this to me, man. Shit.
Ahmed could have been you, and Ahmed could have been me. We need to understand the policies that put him in the sea. We need to understand why it is the beach is full of dying kids. A colonial metropole people want to reside in. If he did, would he make it or fall to something that's deeper? End up like Jimmy and Benga or Khalid Abu Dharifa. A picture by Khaver Paulus on the beaches of Tarifa made me see some would grieve more if Ahmed was a creature with 4 legs. Then they would consider him legitimate. Those like him braving barbed wire burning off their fingertips while force
If anyone can see the pictures of kids climbing barbed wire fence and not feel that shit in your heart,
on the beaches of Tarifa made me see some would grieve more if Ahmed was a creature with 4 legs. Then they would consider him legitimate. Those like him braving barbed wire burning off their fingertips while force alien. That mentality still exists. It's privilege, the difference between an expat and an immigrant. For Ahmed Soumani and Uthman Rasul Muhammad, when you take others' humanity, it's only yours that's stunted, not a swarm. There are sisters and brothers, that's the sum of it. The cockroaches here are in the media and the government, not the sea.
The sea, it holds our secrets. The sea, it holds his soul. They call him Ahmed. The sea, it holds our secrets. The sea, it holds his soul. They call him Ahmed.
Ahmed never knew the politicians he was murdered by. Ahmed never knew the politicians he was murdered by. Never knew the politicians he was murdered by.
Wait a minute, did you have something to do with it? Yes. No, yes, no. No, that Navy SEAL training was just for laughs. Wait a minute, you trained as a Navy SEAL? No, how did you know? Who said anything about Navy SEALs? I'm just a simple little terrorist. Stop interrogating me. Damn it, you're good at this.
oh man. I'm not going to say much. There's not much for me to say other than I can see what people were saying in terms of his ability as an artist. The song is important, and it was well done. the message, I really do, man. I feel sick to my stomach, and it's unfortunate that in 2020 that this continues to be something that we as human beings cannot see eye to eye on. And that line too is sticking with me. I mean, the visuals of those kids on the barbed wire fences. But that line about people would care more if Ahmed had 4 legs. And sadly, that is true for the most part. Thank you to everyone who recommended I check out Lowkey. I can see why some people would consider him a dangerous artist, and I can also see why some people wouldn't dig this type of thing. Not everyone wants. Some people may find it preachy. Some people don't want messages in their music. They just want to be entertained, and that's fine too. Nothing wrong with that if that's where your head's at. This broke me a little bit today, and that's a good thing, because then it makes you think about shit when you're putting yourself back together, and that's very important. So thank you to everyone who recommended I check out Lowkey. I'll definitely check out more of his stuff in the future. Keep the recommendations coming. We're inching closer to 1.2K, which is amazing to me. I can't believe how fast we're growing. And it's all because of you guys. I love each and every one of y'all. Until tomorrow, stay safe and be good to each other.